Scott McGinnis here from Arm Sport Videos. CAWF President, Nova Scotia Arm Wrestling President Rick Pinkney with me. Hey Rick, how's it going?
Great, thanks, Scott.
Good. So I'm going to put us on the clock. Welcome to another edition of In Focus. We're going to be on the clock. So Canada just voted. The CAWF executive and directors just voted in favor of joining the IFA. So it seemed to be a long process. Seemed to drag on for quite a while. I know it had to be hard on you. You feeling better now about the future of where we're going, what we're doing?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it was a tough process because, you know, people were attached to WAF. There's been two different WAFs, and this one, you know, we've been part of it for the last, 22 years.
For sure.
So, yeah, people get attached to stuff, but at the same time, that doesn't give them license to run roughshod over everything, and so a decision had to be made. You know, I waited till both worlds had happened. People had a chance to look at stuff. And then I wanted to actually have this vote last summer, but then once we had both worlds, I said, okay, now's the time to do it.
Okay, so Canada votes to join the IFA, but that's not leaving the WAF.
Correct. However, they will kick us out.
Chances are there's going to be sanctions.
I mean, Mercia said to me, as soon as a new organization is created in Canada, then the CAWF will be kicked out.
Really?
Yep. So they're actively going to be trying to create a new Canadian Arm Wrestling Federation, although it can't be called that.
No, another association.
And that's fine, you know, and I don't have a problem with that.
Well, let's say what if another association is not formed?
That's a good question.
And people still want to go to, there's the people that want to go to WAF, going to Georgia, for example.
Yeah.
And there's people that want to go to Orlando.
Well, I've got it in writing from Mercia that won't be a problem.
So the people that want to go to Georgia are still...
Can still go to Georgia, and those that want to go to Orlando can go to Orlando, and we still use our nationals as the qualifier.
That was going to be my question. So the people still must go to the nationals to qualify.
Yes.
I like that.
And for now, as far as the IFA goes, all you have to do is show up to nationals. I don't care if you go and pull and finish dead last. All you have to do is go there. You know.
So I don't even have to pull. I just have to show up.
No. You've still got to pull.
Okay.
You still got to enter the tournament.
I know that was a question in the U.S. that Denise Waddles had to address. Was that okay? You can't just come and pay your money. You actually have to enter the tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to be the same way here.
Yes.
Okay. And that's not so bad. So somebody, let's say Joey Costello, can still form a team out of the people that go to nationals to take to Georgia.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that'll continue on, like I said. And Mercia said until another organization, so I don't know if he's out there recruiting somebody to start a new organization.
He doesn't really need to recruit anybody, does he?
No. But, you know, and that's fine. Because, and he said, well, then we won't, you know what he said to me? He said, well, we won't allow, you know, CAWF members to compete in a WAF Canada organization, and I was kind of like, well, 99% of the pullers in Canada are CAWF. So, you know, and I told him, I said, it's your benefit to allow those people that want to compete in WAF to still come to our nationals.
Well, because didn't he say on Armed Crossfire with SB and Garby that they want nothing to do with the Canadian Nationals? You go and do your own thing. As long as you don't compete in the IFA, you can come.
Yes.
Okay, is he going to change his stance, you think?
I've got it in writing that he's still, right at this point, tomorrow, I don't know what his stance is.
No, of course not. And so what about referees, for example?
I was told anybody that referees IFA will not be allowed to referee WAF.
Okay, but they can come and referee at the Canadian Nationals.
He told me no. He said, you're using IFA rules. I said, we're not using IFA rules. We use CAWF rules. He goes, well, what kind of member are you then if you're a member of IFA and you're using CAWF rules? I said, same as we've always done. We've been a member of WAF, but we still use CAWF rules. What's the difference? And he kind of beat around the bush, but he said, no, but we'll see.
No, but we'll see.
He said no.
Oh,
I'm thinking we'll
yes,
see.
okay, that's a little bit different then, because in that interview with Ryan, he did contradict himself a few times.
Absolutely. So, like, and that's kind of disheartening. You don't know exactly where they stand. I mean, they voted one thing. He's saying something else. So, where they stand, I have no idea. The whole thing appears to be a big gray area because they're not taking a firm position. I like the idea when they said we're not going to interfere with the CAWF Nationals. Great, fine, thanks. Don't.
No,
just like the CAWF. You know, the CAWF doesn't interfere with Nova Scotia or Quebec or Ontario or BC Nationals. That's up to those provinces. It's none of the national organizations. You know, if you want to use different rules at your provincials, go ahead.
Just know that when you come to the CAWF Nationals,
Use the
here's
rules.
the rules.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know, and I think they're just flying by the seat of their pants
Well, and
right
I think
now.
they're waiting, because the rumor was going around that some countries were waiting to see what Canada decided. Okay, now Canada has decided. Now, does everybody just now hold their breath and wait to see what the other countries do?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's going to come down to a couple of countries. As soon as one of the big three, basically, Russia,
Yeah.
Kazakhstan, Turkey. If one of those leaves, the WAF House of Cards collapses.
Yeah.
And I say those countries because those are the countries that show up with the biggest
They
numbers.
have big teams. Absolutely,
Yes.
they have big teams. And those countries are free to decide, just like Canada was free to decide.
Absolutely. I think they all decide in different ways. Some of, I think over there, though, mostly it's one person that'll decide.
Okay. I was going to
You know,
say, yeah, they don't put it to a big vote like it was here in Canada, right?
No. So, I guess now it's just a wait and see as to how things progress from here.
In those countries, money is involved as well. Yes?
Yes, because
They're government sponsored.
government sponsored, but now Finland was part of and Malaysia both were part of the Olympic committees in their respective countries.
Okay.
And their Olympic committee suggested that they leave the WAF. So they're still getting the backing of their government. So, you can kind of take that for what it's worth too. So I think maybe they need to look into this a little more.
Yeah, for sure.
Because,
Okay.
I mean, the IFA is already a member of TASEF, which is, from what I've heard in Europe, it's bigger than GASEF
Really?
type thing, yes. And so we will see what happens.
Okay.
Now, people think just because we're in WAFA's and GASEF, that's the next step to the Olympics. Well, I just saw the pole dancing as part of GASEF now. So,
I just read that this morning.
and there's all kinds of sports that are part of GASEF that have gone as much of a chance as arm wrestling does of getting in the Olympics. I mean, people don't like me for saying this, but arm wrestling's not getting in the Olympics anytime soon. It's not in the cards right now. The Olympics are looking for sports that are going to draw crowds, going to bring in money. That's why they're looking at video games. Out and out, the person that, I forget what his name is, of the IOC flat out said, we want video gaming in the Olympics. Now they just got to determine, I guess, what video game they want to have people playing. So,
Well, there's huge money in video games, and these guys are going to tournaments and they're making money, and it's crazy.
video games are bigger sellers than movies are. Like, there's more money being made in video games than there are in the theaters.
That's nuts.
We're talking billions of dollars.
Just
Arm
crazy.
wrestling doesn't have any organization backing us with millions and millions of dollars.
Isn't that the truth?
And that's our biggest drawback right now. Until we get some money behind us, it's going to be an uphill battle trying to make that leap.
Okay, so what do we do now? We just prepare now for nationals in Winnipeg?
Absolutely. Daryl and Stephenson and his team out there, are doing a great job of putting things together. There's going to be a lot more kids classes this year because we're expecting so many kids. So those classes will be released pretty soon. You'll be able to see where the classes are all going to be. and it's going to be huge. It's just going to be
Good for them.
fantastic, absolutely,
Good
to
for
see
them.
all these kids getting involved and the adults, because people are bringing their kids, so they'll be involved too, and hopefully we can set another record again this year with the biggest nationals ever.
That's great. So we have that to look forward to. So, and then after that,
Then we get ready for I'll be getting ready for the IFA Worlds in Orlando, which happens I think a week before the WAF Worlds in Georgia.
oh really? And the IFA Worlds has the potential of being a huge tournament.
It'd be the biggest tournament you've ever seen in North America, by far.
Especially if the Americans show up en masse.
And Canadians show up en masse, and everybody I'm talking to, they're going.
Everyone plans to go.
Everybody plans to go.
Well, I guess we'll just wait and see. And that's the end of our first segment, and we'll be back in a minute. Thanks. Okay, hey everybody, and we're back. Segment 2 of this week's show, and now joining us is Kenny Snow from Truro Arm Wrestling. Kenny, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Yourself?
Not bad at all. Thanks for joining us. So we're here in the Truro Horsemen's Club, putting on the Sunday Slam Championship,
Yes, sir.
and this is mainly because of Kenny Snow. So tell us how this got started.
You putting old videos up. That's how I got
So
started.
it's my fault, right?
Yeah, you brought that up. I just wanted to do something different, have some more stuff going on. I mean, we kind of have a little break where there's not so much tournaments going on.
Yeah.
So it'd be something fun to do. Bring back some sparks for the old guys, and so we can get some new blood out.
So what Kenny's referring to is I put up some old videos of what we used to call back then the Monday Night Wars. And he made a couple of comments online, we got to bring this back type of thing. And I'm going like, well, think of something and I'll come and give you a hand.
Yeah.
And now the main thing we have to get everybody understanding is don't contact Scott, contact Kenny.
Don't contact Rick either.
And really, if you want to be involved in a match, contact Kenny.
Yeah.
And we put matches together, and everything's up for grabs. If you want to have 2 matches starting the straps, 2 matches in a hook, 2 matches top roll, whatever it is you want, we don't care. This is not an official tournament. We'll do whatever you guys want.
Yeah, they're in charge of their own matches, right?
Yeah.
You want to try something in the hook because you're lacking in there, or you want to see where your strong point is, this is where you try it out.
The only thing you have to know is that everything that's done is done through and with the cooperation of Nova Scotia Arm Wrestling Association. We bring in qualified referees, qualified appropriate tables. So we've got Rick here today and another referee, Rob McNamara. So everything's above board. This is not just a club trying to put something on their own. We're trying to do everything the right way. Safety is paramount. A lot of these guys are amateur pullers. We don't want anyone to get injured. So we've got, Nova Scotia's 2 best referees.
Oh, hands down.
Right?
Hands down.
I think it's important too that yes, we've got the Sunday Slam where you guys are going for the people are going for the belt, but also that anybody else wants to have a match. If I want to have a match with Kenny outside of that thing, then we can do it. And we decide on our setup how we're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, Sunday Slam doesn't have to always be amateurs. If 2 pro guys want to get together and you want to do 3 matches in a power hook, 3 matches in a whatever you want it, we don't care. Just tell us what you want to do.
Yeah.
We set it up and go.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So you got any ideas what's coming up in the future?
Some kids matches,
Yeah.
get some more interest with the youth because we have a lot of youth up in the Truro Club. And, we have them all over Nova Scotia too. A lot of youth. It's becoming a big thing, and I think it'd be fun for the kids to jump up and kind of be in the spotlight.
For sure.
Yeah.
Have their own day.
I'm all for that.
I know. Well, I like to. You know what? And I put up when we did I just filmed the Superman tournament for Nova Scotia Arm Wrestling, and I put up the kids match first. So the kids match clip and the women's match clip are the most watched clips.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
It's great.
Well, especially you as a parent, watching your kid up there and cheering for your kid.
You're more apt to share your kid arm wrestling than you are yourself arm wrestling.
For sure.
So, and that's why the kids go over so well. I might have pulled, I might have won, might have lost, whatever. But here's my little kid down here, little girl or little boy, and they're arm wrestling, whether they won or lost, they're still up there giving it.
And they seem to be having a great time.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the main thing.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
No, I don't have too much. Looking forward to doing it today, and I think we'll have a lot of fun, and hopefully we can keep growing this and turn this into another Monday Night Wars, because that was very successful back in the day.
We had a great time doing Monday Night
Yeah.
Wars.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. All you have to do is watch them. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
Take it from there.
we will take it from there. And the Truro Horsemen's Club is a great venue.
Oh, it's
For
great.
this.
No, I wish we had something like this for our club to come practice
Down in Sackville,
where we had more space. We're limited on space, especially the other night. We had about 20 guys down there.
We only got a couple tables.
Yeah, we only got a couple of tables because we don't have room for a third table down there. So now we got to find a bigger space.
Come to Truro.
Let's have a big practice. Yeah.
There you go. All right. That's our next segment. And thanks, Kenny. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very
Thanks,
much.
Kenny.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Thank you.
Hey, folks. Welcome back to In Focus. Got a whole crew here today. So, again, we have my partner, Rick Pinkney from Canadian Arm Wrestling. And the second best referee in Nova Scotia. We can't give him first best. Rob McNamara. Yeah. He's going to give Rick a run for his money. We can tell you that. And the woman who keeps us all running and keeps us in line, Angela Hall. First of all, big congrats to Angela and Rob. They got a wedding coming up soon. As much as we try to talk them out of it, they're still going to go through with it. But
Honeymoon in Florida.
Rick's pushing for the honeymoon in Florida. I don't know if they are or not, but
Oh, we would love to. Just it was already in place, right?
oh, okay. Your honeymoon was already in place?
Everything is.
Oh, really? Okay, good for you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, we just wrapped up the first Sunday Slam Championship Series. My two referees and the paperwork person. And how do you guys think it went?
It went good.
I think it
Yeah.
went really well. Absolutely.
Looking forward to the next set of matches too.
Next set of matches, yeah. And the next set we're going to do best 3 out of 5, as opposed to 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I like 3 out of 5 much better.
more pulling.
I think that's what we're going to definitely what we're going to do.
So that's what I would do.
We just thought today was going to be so many matches with 16 people, but of course with weather, not everybody could make it. And so, yeah, anything stand out for you today?
There was a couple of little matches that I was kind of surprised that they might not have won, but they definitely put up a good fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely interesting. Like I said, the next one should be interesting. Good to see some guys come back, like Tim Pye coming back, guys from New Brunswick coming down. So the next round should be good.
One of the guys came from fairly close to the Quebec border to drive down for this, up in northern New Brunswick, I
Really?
guess.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Jean Alain was just telling me that. They came from like northern New Brunswick.
That's awesome.
And they got about 10 feet of snow up there.
That's
so.
awesome.
They always have about 10 feet of snow. I think they get that in July, don't they?
I enjoyed that every match almost went to the wire, except
Yeah.
for 2
Yeah.
out of all day.
For luck of the draw, it was all
Exactly.
pretty good matchups,
Yeah.
really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that we did the matchups so they know who they're up against for the
Next.
next round.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all we have to announce now is the date for the next round. We'll get you guys all booked and get this venue all booked, and then we can post that along with we had pictures for the next matchups. Somebody came up with a good idea. Might have been Rick. I don't know. Might have been Angela. I don't know. It wasn't me.
It was great.
Rick's always got good
I don't want to take the.
We'll share.
There you go. So, what's next for you guys in arm wrestling, Rob?
Like you said, I'm getting married.
Yeah.
And I got a thing, so for this year, it's just nothing but reffing and helping out the province, basically.
Are you planning on going to nationals this year or no? Probably
No,
not.
if I did, it would just be to get my level 3.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be for competition-wise or anything like that. It would be just for level.
So polling wise, are you going to do Atlantics, provincials, or are you just going to ref?
No, I'm going to ref.
Okay.
But I did get a little stipulation in there where anybody who was actually working the tournament could challenge the challenger for the belt. So anybody that wins the Atlantic Canadians, if I wanted to challenge the challenger, I could.
And we get to host that at one of the Sunday slams, right?
If you want.
I think we do.
Absolutely,
almost
absolutely.
anywhere, yeah.
Yeah,
We got
no,
it all
really.
set up. Might as well do it then.
Yeah, we might as well do it.
Absolutely. And what about
That would
you,
be a good
Angela?
idea.
What about you?
Well, I'm going to try to do whatever I can locally. I don't want to more or less discourage girls, but I also don't want to not pull.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Maybe I might just have to go in the light men's.
Class.
Gonna
Yep.
have
So
to.
I have a question on that. So in the U.S., we all know who Sarah Bachman is.
Absolutely.
she was denied entry
I seen
into a
that.
men's class.
I
Yep.
seen that.
People for, some people against.
I'm for
And
it.
You're for it?
Why not?
I see both sides.
You know what, I do too, but
I
we
see
brought
both
in a
sides.
rule probably, 15 years ago when Joyce King ran out of competition a long time ago, and
Which
she
I would
needed-
love to have her back.
yeah, so she needed more competition, so we actually allowed her in the men's lightweight class.
And we're actually in that position again.
Absolutely.
No disrespect to anybody, but Angela is by far the best female arm wrestler we have here in Nova Scotia.
For sure.
There's
In
no
our
there's-
times.
And if there's
Yes.
nowheres to test her limits other than men,
Yeah, and how can she get better?
How can she get better? Exactly.
So the argument was put out there, though, that so if you're going to allow women to pull in men's classes, are you going to allow men to pull in women's classes?
What man would actually want to pull in a
In a
women's
woman's
class? Sorry, yeah, there might be somebody, but
We know
do you-
some.
Do you want to be shamed that much online, and that's what's going to happen to you?
To me, women pulling into men's classes is no different than a lightweight pulling up a class.
Yes.
But when you start taking a male and throwing them into a female, you can't even classify that as the same thing.
No.
And
Just telling you what I read. I'm just telling you what I read.
And it's a safety thing.
with it.
I mean, men are naturally stronger with some exceptions, like your Sarah Bachmans. But when you take, so you can't just take the average Joe Blow off the street.
No.
He could still hurt a woman because he doesn't want his feelings hurt, and he's going to start smashing these women. Sorry.
Well,
Draw the line there.
that's why it took me so long to even more or less take that step to arm wrestle, because you got to think about it. Our light men are really good locally.
Yeah.
So me stepping
But
up
you-
into
yeah, but
that
you-
class,
you'll
I
be pulling,
potentially
yeah,
have.
but you'll be pulling, yes, but pulling amateurs, so not.
Oh, I would definitely. be
Yeah,
down
we
with
would.
that.
Yeah, you don't want to go in and pull the.
I think it's a good thing. I think women should, because same as her down the States, she's smoking all the women down there, and there's nobody else for her to pull. Why can't she?
Yeah.
To me, that's a bunch of guys that are scared to
Yep.
get their pride
Scared
hurt,
to-
in my
yep.
eyes.
People with too much pride
That's-
and don't want to get their ego hurt.
I'll arm
Suck it up,
wrestle.
guys. Suck it up,
You
guys.
won't beat me either.
I don't know.
But it is,
Wait till she sees this, and all of a sudden, I'm going to get a phone call. Who's this Rob guy?
She knows who we are. But I think she should be able to pull.
Yeah.
I think any female that wants to step their game up,
but
especially
there
with
should be something in place that
Absolutely.
if a woman is going to step up to a man, and if he hurts her, then.
Well,
that-
yeah. I mean, you're jumping
like,
into the class. You've got to take what's coming. Guys aren't going to go
Exactly,
easy on you,
right?
and especially when it's somebody like a Sarah Bachman, who people know how good she is. But again, you got to put the rules in place. Obviously, they had no rules in place. We put rules in place way back when to allow that to happen. And people need to know that this rule is happening. So if we're having a men's class and Sarah's going to show up, so guys that show up know that they're could possibly be pulling Sarah, or they can stay home.
And Sarah didn't try to enter the men's lightest class.
No.
She
No,
wanted
she
to
went
enter the class.
176.
Where she weighed.
that's
Not
even
where she
more
weighed.
wrong.
Yeah.
On their behalf.
Yeah.
She's trying to go in her own weight class
Yeah.
in the men's. I mean,
Yeah.
you're pushing her away. I don't know.
Yeah.
If she's good enough to be there, she should be there.
Yeah, come
It's
on.
no different than football, baseball, anything else.
Come on, boys, suck it up.
Yeah.
Grow a pair.
And
But,
on
I
that,
but to defend the men, I do understand, because it could be a situation where a big man is against a little man in a super match.
Not in 176.
No, but just say, I'm just going to use this as a metaphor. If he beats the little guy, what does he really win inside? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if you slam that little guy, then he's the dick, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, so it's the same situation for a man and a woman pulling, right? If he hurts her or he slams her, then he looks like a
But you know what?
ass.
She's going in.
Knowing
She's
that.
going in the class.
I'm just
People
saying
know.
I understand,
I know.
right?
I know where you're coming from there too. The guy's got nothing to win.
absolutely,
because of
if
that-
he's coming up against Angela, and he starts to feel that grip that she's got, holy shit, I can't play around. This girl's too damn strong. Okay? Look, who knows Sarah Bachman is a beast?
Yeah.
On the
I
table.
pulled
We
her.
all know
I
this.
know.
I have too.
She is super strong.
Unbelievable at the table.
But I mean, that's the chance
But-
she's taken by going in there. But it's no different from any other guy going in that tournament and pulling somebody that might be the top guy. you know, right off the bat, and he might not have a lot of experience, and he's going in there and pulling the very top guy, maybe in the country, not knowing and getting slammed. What's the difference?
Like I said, I think that's a very fair statement. I think women should be allowed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Especially if they're on that level. I do agree. I just see both sides.
But the rules have to be put in place,
sure.
and people need to know that this could happen, that a woman could be going in to enter.
And if
So, no. So what are you going to? You're going to pull provincials, Atlantics,
yes,
and the women's classes,
yes,
and then after that,
any local
Yes, because I'm going
tournaments
for
are
that
pulling
award
men's.
that I missed out on last year.
what's the award?
Oh, points.
Points.
worth.
Oh, for
Because I wouldn't pull, right?
female
Yeah.
puller of the year. Well, yeah. I guess you can't accumulate points if you're not pulling.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
It's no different than anybody else. You can't work and play too.
Yeah.
Oh, I could.
Ouch. All right, and on that happy note, I appreciate you guys stopping and giving us a few minutes, and we'll see you at the next Sunday Slam for sure,
Definitely.
if not before that at one of Rick's
Tournament on
tournaments.
February
29th.
29th, 3 weeks from today.
I'm at the mall.
Great. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you all next time.
Thanks.